why calm thinking changes everything. Today, we're talking about something very simple and, at the same time, very rare: calm thinking. Not positive thinking, not optimistic thinking, not motivational thinking. Calm thinking. Most people don't realize how much noise they carry inside their decisions. They believe their choices come from logic, experience, or intelligence. But in reality, most choices are made while the nervous system is overstimulated, and an overstimulated system cannot see clearly. Calm thinking is not about slowing life down. It's about removing unnecessary internal pressure. When the mind is calm, perception changes. You notice more, you hear more, you understand more, not because the world becomes simpler, but because your internal filter stops distorting reality. Many books talk about strategy, discipline, and success habits, but very few explain that all of them depend on one condition first: a calm internal state. Without calm, strategy turns into control. Without calm, discipline turns into force. Without calm, motivation turns into burnout. Calm thinking creates space between stimulus and response. That space is where intelligence lives. When a person is calm, they don't need to prove anything in the moment. They don't rush to defend. They don't rush to explain. They don't rush to decide. They allow reality to unfold before they interfere. This is why calm people often appear confident, even when they are unsure. They don't confuse urgency with importance. Across psychology, behavioral economics, and leadership research, one pattern repeats again and again. The quality of a decision improves when emotional intensity decreases. This doesn't mean emotions disappear. It means emotions stop driving the steering wheel. Calm thinking allows the mind to work with longer timelines. Fear thinks in hours. Pressure thinks in days. Calm thinks in years. This is why calm people often build more stable results. They don't chase immediate relief. They invest in correct direction. Another important truth: calm thinking is not a personality trait. It's a skill. Some people learned it early. Others never practiced it at all. But it can be trained. Calm begins in the body, not in the mind. When the body slows down, the breath deepens, the muscles release, the brain receives a signal. There is no immediate threat. Only then does higher-level thinking activate. This is why forcing yourself to think logically during stress rarely works. Logic needs safety. Clarity needs space. When calm thinking is present, even difficult choices feel lighter. Not because they are easy, but because you are not fighting yourself while making them. You don't waste energy on inner resistance. You don't argue internally. You don't panic silently. You simply choose. Calm thinking also changes how you relate to mistakes. Instead of shame, there is adjustment. Instead of self-attack, there is correction. Instead of regret, there is learning. This is why calm thinkers recover faster. They don't collapse after errors. They recalibrate. If you look closely at people who create long-term success in business, relationships, health, or creativity, you'll notice something subtle. They are rarely the loudest, rarely the fastest, rarely the most reactive. They are often the most centered. Calm thinking doesn't make you passive. It makes you precise. It doesn't slow progress. It prevents unnecessary detours. And most importantly, calm thinking allows you to act from choice, not from reaction. Before your next decision, big or small, ask yourself, is my body calm enough to see clearly? If not, pause. Not to escape, not to avoid, but to return to clarity. Because calm thinking doesn't change everything overnight, but over time, it changes everything.